Tribal Experiences is a program devised by Shannon Roscoe, a Meanjin man with the intention of revitalizing and perpetuating the amazing indigenous culture which is unique to our city. Over the years, Shannon, along with his father Eddie, have shared this culture with over 15 million people globally. Via live stage performance, welcome to country speeches, and appearances on Chinese, French, and American TV, even performing for Barack Obama and many other leaders at the global G20 summit. As you can see, it's an incredible privilege that we are able to experience this program here at CHAP. So it's so important for us as residents of Brisbane City and students of CHAP to learn about the land that we are on and what it means to those who have taken care of it for at least 65,000 years. Please give a warm welcome to our wonderful guests.
Good morning, everybody. How are you this morning?
Good.
How are you all this morning? Good. That's better. My name's Shannon Rusker. I'm from the Yabara Torval people of Brisbane City. And we're here to share some culture with you this morning. I'm starting off with what they call a welcome to country. Now, welcome to country isn't something that event organisations and the Aboriginal people started in the past 10 or 20 years. It's something our mob's been doing since the beginning of time. Now, there's 500 different Aboriginal languages in Australia, and that means also 500 different Aboriginal countries. So if you take a look at Europe, anyone been to Europe? Yep. We've been over there too, to France and Italy and Germany. And if you pick up a map of Europe, you smash it into a map of Australia, it's still not enough countries and languages. Now, just to give you an example, if we're to travel from here and we go up to the Caboolture River, anyone been over the Caboolture River before? Up Sunshine Coastway? Yeah, if you go Sunshine Coast, I'll reach you with the word, repeat it after me. Wanya.
Wanya.
All right, now we walk over the mountains, the Blackall Ranges, and we go to a place called Menango, Cherbourg, Mergen, Eidsvale. And that's where Young Zaid is from, the Eidsvale people. And from there, they are the Waka Waka tribe, and they'll reach you two different ways that I know of, is Yarragurri and Yanani. Well done. Now let's take a walk from Cherbourg, and we'll walk down to Esk and then through to Ipswich. Anyone been to Ipswich before? That's a couple of minutes from me if you haven't been here, but there they'll meet us with the word Yanma. Walk to my desert at the showgrounds, and the Manajari up there will meet you with the word Jingari. And then when we go across to Surfers Paradise, they say Kayara. Jump in a canoe, paddle to Stradbroke Island. Anyone been to Stradbroke Island before? What a bad place as well. They just come over there from this morning. Now at Stradbroke Island, they'll greet you with the word Yura. But here we say Biki, like Biki and T. Biki, Karamba. Now you're talking our language. So as you can see, in about 150 kilometres radius of where we are now, the language, the country, and the governance of the people change very, very quickly. So over the Logan River, Yugonbet people. North of the Caboolture River, Kabi people. From about Alexandra Hills, with the Alexandra Hotel, out to the bay, to the islands, is all the Quandamooka people, or earlier it was known as General. And then we have the Waka Waka Sanford Valley, out to Eidsvale. So they're the sort of countries that surround us. We are the Yagara. Can you all say Yagara? Torval. Torval is the clan. Yagara is the country and the language that is spoken. I'm from the original clan of Brisbane City. We'd like to welcome you here with a song and dance, which we call Malacha, to welcome you and to welcome all the good moro, the good spirit as well. Yo, what? Anyone know where Breakfast Creek is? Well, Breakfast Creek is where my tribe originally lived. And if I was standing at the Breakfast Creek Hotel, you'd be actually standing where the old Aboriginal village was. There was two villages, one up in the mountain and one just down the bottom. And then across was the birthing grounds. So if you're standing at Breakfast Creek, you look across, that's the birthing grounds. Where the Mercedes-Benz building is now is where the more or less outboard of Brisbane was. So all our canoes were there. And we travelled up in the 1850s, our mob was still cruising around in the canoe. They called it a canoe city. Then it became a boating city. Anyway, our people are known as Yagara. You remember how I got you to say Yagara? Well, Yagara means the Goanna. The Goanna, the dream time, is one of our ancestors, and it's a story. There was a battle between two animals, the Goanna and the dolphin. The dolphin's name was Gowanda, and Gowanda, he had a disagreement with Yagara, so they declared war. And then the dolphin said, all right, you want to go to war? I'm going to get all the saltwater animals. Can anyone out there tell me any of the saltwater animals out there? There you go, crocodile. You got it. Believe it or not, there was crocodiles around this area. Go down to Yalapais and have a look on the wall. In 1905, the crocodile was shot out down at the Albert River. They still talk about, I suppose, like in England, they have the Loch Ness Monster. Well, there's supposed to be a crocodile sort of Loch Ness Monster out near Mud Island. That's the belief of not just the Aboriginal, but the non-Aboriginal too. Any others? Who would have backed up the dolphin in the battle? Dugong. You got it. We call it Yungan. Crocodile, Narrogera. What else is there? The shark, yep, Paragaragan, the bull shark. Absolutely in the Brisbane River. Be careful when you're swimming. Any others? The eel, yeah? Saltwater eel. Gigagara. That's what we call it. Any others? Turtle. Bupia. Absolutely. Now there's two different turtles, freshwater and the saltwater. So Bupia is the large saltwater and Binkin is the inland, the freshwater. Any more? Whale. Well, they call him Yarling Billa, but we call him Niago. Niago on the mainland, Yarling Billa if you go to Stratford Island. Two different languages. Any more? Stingray, Bangkok. The stingray, absolutely, the spear is in the tail. We use the spear, the sharp bark for our spears as well. Has a little bit of poison on it. Last one of the salt waters. Jellyfish, Miranda. All right, so we got the jellyfish, the crocodiles with the big teeth, the sharks, bull sharks. We got all of those animals. And then the Goanna said, I'll round up all the land animals. Can anyone tell me any of the land animals? Tiger? No. Kangaroo. Yeah, absolutely. We call it Murray. Murray also means a Queensland Aboriginal. Any others? Wombat. Emu. We'll leave the emus for the birds. We're about to get there. So the wombat. Now the wombat believed to go extinct in this area, and Lowood was the last account. A settler actually wrote about a wombat larger than a wombat that used to roam around the area, but now extinct. What others? The wolf. Hang on, I'll turn my hearing aid on. Not taking it. Koala. Gula. We just call him Gula or Tom Batterby. Can you say Tom? Barraby. Well, Tom's name is Tom Batterby. There you go. All right, so the koala, the kangaroos. Well, I'll add in the porcupine. All of those animals, they believed that the land was black in the creation time. And then, what happened was, this battle took place. It went on for weeks into months until the bird life joined in, led by the eagle with the emu. Emu is the boss bird on the ground. And he communicates also with the eagle in the sky. He's the boss of the sky. And what happened was, the eagle brought the ancient spear up from the south. And when he came up, the goanna could see it as the battle was all going on. And when the eagle flew low enough, the goanna ran over, he leaped up, and he grabbed the spear, and he started to run after the dolphin. You could see him battling over there, and then bang, he speared his brother into the back. Now the dolphin goanna, he went down. You see, his blood was boiling because he was so angry, the dolphin. And the only way that he could get the spear out was to take a huge deep breath and blow really hard. And then the spear went flying up into the sky, and so did all the blood as well, and it burned through the land. Anyone been out in Moreton Bay will see all the Coogee mudlawn, red rock, believed to be the blood of the dolphin. We'll dance about the goanna. Hey, to round that entire story up, let's look at the landscape here. Now, the landscape of the Yagara people of the mainland, so Goanna people of the mainland. The brother is Gowanda. Anyone know the Aboriginal name for Moreton Bay? Or what the people say over there? They're Quanda. Quanda.
Muka.
Absolutely. So the Quanda Muka means a dolphin storm. The blood of the dolphin storming out. And that's what it means. So it puts it in perspective of where the animals and the totems lie as well. So our totem, Yagara, actually comes from Breakfast Creek. And that's the name of Breakfast Creek as well. Name of the people and name of the language. Now, this next dance I'd like to do for you is a shake your leg dance. It's a happy dance. And this is called Mingala. Can you say Mingala? Kandil. Mingala Kandil. All right, that just means a happy dance. Now we're going to show you this dance first, and then we're going to ask a few of you to come up and do it with us. All right. So it'll be ladies first. I'll be sliding and shuffling their feet. So Xavier will do as best as he can for you ladies. And then the gentlemen, you'll be shaking a leg, and it looks something like this. So first the ladies, and then to the next set of the men. And the girls will go like this. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now the man. Here we go. Okay, first of all, is there any volunteers that wish to come up and do way up the back there? 1, 2, 3, come on up. Yes, in the white shirt. Red shirt and white us today. All right, yes, yes, yes. We're after about 10 more, so if you've got the courage, come on up here. Come up on the stage, be careful when you come. Safety matters. Whole line here, come on up. We're about to get underway, so ladies, what we want you to do is just put your arms out like a bird if you can. Take a couple of steps backwards, actually, go backwards. And what we want you to do is arms out like a bird. That's it. And one foot in front of the other. Then you go, and you step, slide, 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 and good. Now the audience, what we need you to do is join in as well. When we do our dancing, we also do our chanting. So, this sounds a little bit like this. We won't do the Aussie, Aussie, Aussie chant from the Wallabies the other night, but we'll do this one. Can you all say 8 on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're in time. Now you need to clap your hands at the same time as the sticks. That's it. 8. Get ready, men. Okay, men. You'll stand at the back. Ladies take formation along there. Towards safety, that's it. Now face the front. Are we ready? Set. Men just waiting. Ladies first. We go. And step, 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 and go now. A step, 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 step. Let's chant really loud. Go now. Give a big round of applause. Very well done. All right. Now we've got our Cannon Hill Warriors. Up their chest out, show you more manly way you're dancing. You ready to go, boys? Big 8, 8 at the same time as the sticks. And we go, ready, set, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and shake a leg now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and go. Go now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big round of applause for our warriors. Okay, what we're going to do, gentlemen, not over yet, step up to that black line there, all the men. Ladies, make a formation behind them. And this is how we do our tribal dancing. This time, we need to up tempo. That was very slow. That was very slow motion. So when we do it, it's a little bit faster. Start off like that. It's just like this. Okay, ready? Set. Go! Alright. Ready? We're going to set the pace. We're the chanters. On the count of 3, you'll do it at the same time as me. 1, 2, 3. Stay up and dance with us, it's up to you. Thank you very much. There's some disco moves. good at the next disco. I wonder what you would do. You just say the Elvis Aussie dancing around. Okay. We've enjoyed coming here to do some dancing for you. We're going to, I've got to introduce this instrument here. Has anyone tried playing this instrument here before? Yeah? Not an easy instrument to play. But believe it or not, we travel around the world. Now, I'm not really a ditch player, but I'll play it for you today. We have specific didgeridoo players amongst the tribe. Not every Aboriginal person can play it. All right? But our ditch players, they can play for like an hour straight without stopping. Well, visitors are coming to Brisbane Airport, all of that kind of thing. We went over to Holland. Now, we do a fair bit of travelling around the world. Some of our guys just got back from Fiji on Friday, ahead of the Prime Minister of Australia at their Pacific Leaders meeting. And we were the guest performers there. Anyhow, we went to Holland, and in Holland, in Amsterdam, we're in the hotel. We're all playing cards and having a good old yarn in the hotel room. And there, you got windows, right? You open up the window, you can hear everything going on. But we heard this, what's that? That's not a truck. That's a ditch. So we all start putting our boots on and socks on. Well, socks first and then boots. But, and then the guys, we go, come on, let's go down there. So we're sprinting down there. We got down to the mall. We said, that must be one of our mob. We're trying to look like, you know, when someone's busking, right? You've got a whole crowd around them. We're trying to look over like this. Who is it? Who is it? Must be our mob from back in Queensland. Anyway, so what happened was it was actually one of the Holland guys. And he could play just as good as our players back here. Believe it or not, in Europe, they have didgeridoo schools. Even in France, when we asked 5 people from the audience to come up and try it, they came up and played just as good as our didgeridoo players. One Aboriginal man went over there and set up all these didgeridoo and art shops. And but do you know how many didgeridoo schools we've got here in Australia? None. Not one. Well, I reckon we can get a lot going by the time you guys are older. I'm going to play some ditch for you, some ancient sounds. So first of all, I'm going to show you the basic drone sound. The basic drone sound is by vibrating your lips. You can try this if you wish. It looks like blowing a raspberry, little. Anyone got little brothers and sisters? Baby. Yep. Nephews, nieces. Goes like this. If you do this correctly, you should get a basic drone sound. Now, another note of this instrument is done by using your vocal cords at the same time as vibrating your lips. And you can try it if you want. A bird call, for example. Try that at the next disco. And the dingo cry, Mumur Omayi, the native dog of Australia. Now I have to keep continuing to breathe when I play. That's called circular breathing in English. But you know how the Scottish have the bags to control the pipe? We don't have nothing on this instrument to help us. It's just a basic hollow log eaten out by the white ants. So what we have to then we clean it up. And what we have to do is fill up our mouth with air. Gently squeeze the air out. And whilst doing this, we take a short breath in through our nose. And as I begin to play, I'll raise my hand to indicate to you when I'm taking my breaths. You'll hear some sounds as well, like the word didgeridoo and things. Having seen some dancing, you've heard some of the culture around the Brisbane and surrounding regions. We'd like to thank you on behalf of the Yagara people, on behalf of the tribes that live in Brisbane City. We have a couple of hundred tribes that live in Brisbane City actually, but I'm one of the original of here, and I'm proud to say that I'm still here as an Aboriginal person to share our culture and our stories with yourselves. And hopefully you too can share them with your children and your children's children. But when we look at the great Australian story, and when we look at it, do we start it from 1901 in Federation? Do we start it from 1788? Or do you want to be a part of the Australian culture that's been here since the beginning of time, thousands of years? Our last song and dance is Garriganarami. And Garriganarami means here I live. In Georgia Moberono on a flat treeless plain. Ngayan man marangay, this here, it is my home. Yagon Bongarono. And this land here shall remain forever. A song and dance from the Waka Waka people. Zaydi's people, just northwest of here. Garriganarami, Georgia Moberono. Clap along.
On behalf of Cannon Hill Anglican College, I'd like to thank you guys, Xavier and Shannon, for coming here today and showing us everything you've shown us. I think all of us have learned quite a bit, and we all had a great time, I think. It was pretty awesome. Thank you for sharing all of this knowledge with us, and we really appreciate you being here and giving all of this to us. Thank you.